Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Guys, basically in my head, I have a camera war going on. I don't know what camera I want. I'm always switching. Oh my gosh, I just want to come on here and talk to you guys. Just let it out. Maybe people can connect, people can comment and let me know, help me out, maybe help make a choice. Anyways though, before this video starts, I just want to put it out there, guys. These are all of my opinions. I don't want anybody in the comments jumping at me, blah, 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 blah. These are just my opinions. The camera could be perfectly fine for you. So without wasting any time at all, guys, let's just jump right into the video. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is JamaicanMan4. I'm a photographer and a videographer. Anyway, guys, so basically let's just jump right into this, man. We don't got no time to waste at all. I'm still in my coat. I just came from outside. It is freezing cold, but like I said, we jump right in this. I don't got no time to even take this coat off, right? I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna be hot here with y'all, you feel me? Basically, I'm just gonna be holding the camera. You know, I have a tripod and I could set it down, but I want this to be up and close and personal. I want to talk to you guys straight to the face, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's probably getting weird. You guys probably, if you clicked off already, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so guys, let's just get started. So basically, my name is Javon Smith. I am a photographer as well as a videographer. I am equally both. I want a camera that does good photography. I want a camera that does good videography. I want both. I want like the perfect camera, but I legit cannot find the perfect camera, and it drives me crazy. Like, it drives me crazy having a camera and knowing this isn't exactly what I want. I know that it's not all about the gear. You should work with whatever you have, but this is just me and it drives me crazy. So I often go from camera to camera trying to find what I want. And after a while, I'm kind of noticing what I want isn't there. It's not, I mean, maybe until like I start paying like $6,000 to get like a 1DX, then you have like the perfect hybrid. Even though that thing is huge and it's probably not even the perfect ideal camera. There is no perfect camera. That's basically what I've come to conclusion. Anyways though, so what I originally was doing was I had a big Nikon camera for my photography. You had like 30 something megapixels, so, and the coloring was good and oh, I loved it, right? Good for photos. Then I had like a Sony camera, and it was pretty good for video. The autofocus was good, and it had the 4K and some other nice features that I wanted, so it was all right. But when I travel around, I'm a big traveler. Having two cameras with me wasn't working, especially with how big the Nikon camera was. I had like a D810, and it was just humongousaurus Rex's maximum. Okay, guys, let's move. So I sold that camera, and I sold those, and I'd go from camera to camera trying to find. I'd go from Sony, and I'd be with Nikon, and you know, I'd check out Canon and dip my hand with Fuji, but those weren't really working, you feel me? They don't want to give me 4K Canon. Anyway, so okay, so let me go back a little. As a photographer and a videographer both, what I want are these few things. Good skin tone color, you know. So when I think about that I look at Sony, I look at Nikon and Canon. Not so much Sony, but you know what? The skin coloring, everything, it's not even such a big deal. Let's just skip over that. I want 4K. I want 4K. I want 120 frames per second in 1080p. I want dual memory card slots. That's not so important to me, but I do want it. What else do I want? I want reliable autofocus. Can you imagine me doing a wedding and like I'm coming down the aisle, they're about to kiss, and then the camera just warps out, decides to focus on this whatever else. Like, you just messed up something so important, and I feel like having reliable autofocus is a necessity. Like, imagine if I'm not in focus right now. It doesn't matter how crispy this 4K, 6K, 8K is. If I'm not in focus, I mean, think about it. If you and your, say if you're a guy, if you and your wife were getting married, right, and I'm filming you, would you rather an out of focus 4K clip of you guys or an in focus 720p clip? I think you want that in focus clip. I mean, at least you'd have it. Have the memory, not out of focus. So I want a reliable autofocus. So I was using a Sony A7riii. It had good autofocus, 4K, 120 frames per second. It was pretty decent, but I wanted to upgrade. I wanted something a little better than that. And that didn't have the best of photos. You know, it didn't have that crazy dynamic range, high megapixels, or anything like that. And my Nikon was perfect for photos, except, man, okay, if you see this going on, it's because what I'm using right now is humongous. Let me just show you what I'm vlogging with right now, what you're seeing me with. I'm just gonna selfie this. Selfie video, guys. We're doing a little selfie video here. So right now I'm using the G Master 24-70 with, where can you see the numbering of the camera? I don't know if you can see that. So I'm using the G Master 20, I can put down, which one am I doing? This is awkward, this is, okay. So I'm using the 24-70 G Master lens, humongous. Then the A7R3. So I have a few problems with this setup right here, honestly. But we're not even gonna talk about that right now. We're going back. So I ended up getting rid of both of the cameras I had and did a lot of reviews. So right now, what's the new things, the new cameras? I like mirrorless also, because I feel like that's the hybrid of both photography and videography. Oh gosh, like I was saying earlier, if you see this going on, this camera is heavy. I just told you what I'm using. This is just too big and bulky. Anyway, so I was doing a lot of review on the Nikon Z6, the Z7, the EOS R, the A7riii, and of course here the A7R3, which I have newly gotten and I'm testing to see if I even really want this camera. And it doesn't even look like this is the camera I really want. I was like, man, I like Nikon. I have Nikon glass already. All the specs about this Nikon Z6 sound amazing. Watched some reviews and I was impressed. I'm sweating in this jacket. So I go and I get this Nikon Z6, man. I'm like, all right, getting this Nikon Z6, everything about it sounds amazing. Bigger sensor, so that means the future is limitless on like lenses and whatever else can come in the future. The low light was beyond amazing, and if you guys saw my previous video, I tested it. It's amazing. The 4K is amazing. It basically had everything I could possibly want, except the dual memory card slots and good autofocus. Now, a lot of people may jump on me with that, and autofocus is good. It's not the best, okay? And it's not reliable. That's what I want. It's not reliable. It's not there yet. This is Nikon's first mirrorless attempt, and they did beyond amazing, but it's just not there yet. And I felt I was, when you guys watched my previous 2 or 3 videos I put out with the Nikon Z6, everything looked in focus, everything looked fine, but you didn't see half of those clips I weren't able to use because they was out of focus. Oh gosh, dang. Anyways, I was using one of my previous f-mount lenses from, you know, my previous Nikon camera, so I was using the adapter, so maybe that had a little bit to do with it, but that gets into why I got rid of my Nikon Z6, right? Wait, is this? Wait, that's not, this isn't the video. I will explain that in a different video of why I got rid of my Nikon Z6. I'm explaining my camera battles. I done forgot what the point of this video is. I'm getting into another tantrum, whatever you call it. Let's get back on track. So anyways, I'm not using my Nikon Z6 anymore. So, number one, I want dual memory card slots. The Z6 didn't give me that, and it had QXD, XQD, whatever that stuff is. My regular SD cards were fast enough for me anyway. I don't need that futuristic junk. Anyways, they're crazy expensive too. Let's not even get into that. So, like I was saying about that camera though, the autofocus wasn't there. They let it there, and I was like, dude, this isn't working for me. Half my shots are unusable. I can't rely on it to do professional work, and I was not happy. Plus, it didn't have the high megapixels that I really wanted, even though the 24 megapixels on it were fine. I mean, I could deal with it. But the low light was amazing. Switching hands again, boy. This boy, I need to work out. Gosh, dang. Anyway, so what am I saying now? I don't even know where I am. Holy crap. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's JamaicanMan43. I'm a photographer, and... Anyway, so what am I saying right now? So I'm constantly hunting for this camera that I want, the perfect camera. I look at the EOS R, and that just doesn't have 120 frames per second. It doesn't have the features that I want. Does it have 4K? I don't think it has 4K. It doesn't have what I want. What does that leave me with? The A7R3. This thing is just too expensive to be going around with. And what else about it that I don't want? What do I like about the A7R3? I don't know. So far, the A7R3 is like the in-between camera that I'm looking at right now. That's why I'm using it right now, and that's why I've got it here. And I just don't know if I really want to keep it, honestly. But it's doing the best so far. Recently, been checking out the A7 III, and this is why. Why? You're using an A7R3? Aren't you happy? Yes, but the difference between the A7 III and the A7R3. A7R3, really expensive, not so good low light, but it has high megapixel count. A7 III, better 4K, better 1080p, I think a little bit better autofocus, way better low light. Just about everything is better about it other than the low megapixels. And I would trade out the megapixel count for the better low light, honestly. So that's the only reason I might be going from the A7R3 to the A7 III. That's again a different video. So again, you know, I'm still in this hunt. I'm looking for the perfect camera, and I'm driving my parents crazy because they're like, what are you doing going from this camera to this camera? In the end, I'm losing money because I just can't make the decision. But I wanted to get to you guys that if you just stick with a camera and learn it, work with it, the best camera is the one that works for you, the one that you have, and you don't need to go after the best gear. But that's kind of what I'm doing, so I'm contradicting. Holy crap, man. This is what's going on inside of my head. I just wanted to like put it on camera, put it out here, talk to you guys. So I don't want any hate, hopefully, please don't give me hate. So anyways, guys, you know, let me know in the comments what you think. If you're a Sony fan, you like da-da-da cameras, let me know what you think. If you like this or this, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted in the camera was full frame. So don't have any Panasonic or Fuji. Sounds like a, never mind. What else is on my mind? What else is on my mind? At this point, I honestly don't know what else to say. You know, I just want to really like rant and get this out, you know, because I was with this camera and my friends were like, oh my goodness, you're using this camera. Okay, great. I put out a couple videos using the Z6, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm not really happy with it. For a lot of reasons, honestly. Even though it's a great camera. If you're a Nikon fan, it's a great camera. I think I'm gonna wait till one of the future Nikon mirrorless camera comes out, maybe the next version, the Z6 Mark II. See how that's looking, but there's many reasons why I decided to switch and leave that, even though it's so new. I had it for like 3 weeks. I know what you want, I know. What are you doing? Anyways, so I will make a separate video on why I left the Nikon. In this video, I'm more just, you know, talking camera to person. You guys to me. Wait a second. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Basically, there is no perfect camera, man. There's no perfect camera. Oh, I'm stuck, but I don't know what. Oh my gosh. Guys, I was recently, if you're a photographer, I'm about to hook you up right now. So basically, the Canon 6D Mark II came out. Didn't have 120 FPS, didn't have 4K, and then the A7 III comes out and blows it out of the water, forcing Canon to just plummet the price on that camera. And yeah, because you know that camera was the same price as the A7 III, and the A7 III like quadrupled the amount of specs that it had. But the 6D Mark II is a beastie photography camera. So basically, you can hop on Amazon and get the 6D Mark II, a beast photography camera, for like $1,000 with the grip, with multiple SD cards, and like you are set as a photographer. That would be my camera if I wasn't a videographer as well. So, no guys, if you wanna check out any cameras that I'm thinking of in between, you know, Sony, Canon, Panasonic, Nikon, just check the links in the description. Check out these different cameras. If you own these, give me some comments. Let me know why you maybe went with the camera you went with, or knowing me now as a photographer and a videographer, what would you recommend? Just help me out a little, maybe you know, we can make this a little community. I help you, you help me. Well guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching and staying tuned, for staying tuned, not leaving. Guys, thanks for watching this crazy video. On the top, get it out from in here, from deep in here. That's my heart, by the way. I didn't mean the pocket. There's nothing in the pocket. Nope, it's empty. I'll see you guys in the next video.